Hey everybody, I've had a few technical difficulties, but I'm here. So welcome to the free mini meditation session where I'm going to take you through a guided meditation, and I'm also going to have a little chat about meditation and how you can easily and effortlessly bring meditation into your life. Felt the need to do a big breath in, so maybe you can do one of those as we're all coming on. Grab a glass of water. It's really nice to hydrate yourselves before you start a meditation practice, so I always have a glass of water before I start and begin my meditation practice. So a little bit about my meditation experience. I was thinking about it today and I realized that when I was 14, I remember talking to my sister who'd had a really bad night's sleep, and I said to her, if you meditate for 20 minutes, that's like the equivalent of about 4 hours worth of sleep. And I was thinking to myself today, I don't even know how I would have known that, because I certainly didn't come from a family of meditators or yoga instructors, and I wasn't around that kind of thing in the 80s, early 80s. So it feels like meditation has always been something I've been drawn to. Probably like many of you, it's something that you might have experimented with, and I went and did transcendental meditation. When I was 19, I learnt transcendental meditation and did that for about 3 years religiously, every morning and every night for 20 minutes with my mantra I'd been given. And then that became quite overwhelming to do it that often, and so I got slack with my practice, and life went on as it does when you're in your 20s. So then I went and studied Buddhist meditation and the counting meditation and the loving meditation, a whole host of other meditations that I won't bore you with because they just go on and on and on. The point of everything, though, that I have learnt is that meditation is really so incredibly basic and so incredibly simple, but our human mind makes it a lot harder and makes it a lot more complex, when in fact if we actually just sat down and did it for 5 or 10 minutes a day. It is a practice, and I have been practicing for 25 years on and off, but mostly on. And you know, every day that I sit down to meditate, I still come to it as a beginner, and I still feel that I'm still practicing. I was talking about it with a client the other day in a soul coaching session, and I said, you know, it's not about what happens in the meditation. It's not about levitating above your body and feeling, you know, completely out of your body. It's what happens between the meditations in your daily life. So it's how you feel. And the difference for me between a day where I meditate and a day where I don't is that on the days that I meditate, I am less reactive, more responsive, I'm calmer, and I'm able to see the universal setups a little bit more clearly. On the odd day where I don't do my meditation, I really notice that I'm more sensitive to different energies and get a little bit more knocked around by the world. So it's become something to me that is like brushing my teeth. I do it every day, and it's a practice. So yeah, I want to encourage a whole community of meditators. I want to encourage people to come to meditation and to encourage their children to start meditating, because I believe that it's one of the best and easiest and most accessible free things that you can do for your health and your well-being, and for yourself, your family and your community. And you don't need to be trained in it, you don't need to be skilled at it. It's about turning up and showing up every day to actually sit down and to do the meditation. So I just want to talk about a few things that the ego will bring up when you start your meditation practice, because I hear this time and time again from my clients. The first one is, a lot of people say they haven't got time to meditate. So let's just knock that one out of the park. 5 or 10 minutes a day we've all got. We can just all get off Facebook, or we can, you know, not clean the bathroom as much. Definitely not a problem for me. we've all got 5 or 10 minutes to meditate. And even if it means setting your alarm so that you wake up 5 or 10 minutes earlier, we've all got time. Okay, so that's just an ego's way of keeping us from our bliss. And so the ego will play lots of funny little tricks on our mind about why we can't meditate. Another one that I came across when my son was little was that it was selfish to meditate. I was taking time out for myself every day to meditate. I'd often do it after lunch when he was a little baby or a toddler. And when he got to the point where he wasn't going to have his afternoon sleep, I'd put him down in front of the television and I'd say, Mummy's going to go and meditate. I'd close the door to my bedroom and I would go in there. Sometimes he would walk in, but he would know that he had to come and sit quietly. And, you know, at the start, I would get all this mother guilt happening in my head about why I couldn't take time out for myself. I was a terrible mother for spending 10 minutes, we're talking 10 minutes, not 10 hours. I wasn't going on a 10-day silent retreat, 10 minutes meditating a day. But it really taught him to have respect for me and for my boundaries, and also how important it was for Mummy's happiness that she actually took some time out for herself. And now he's 13, he knows that I meditate every day, and both him and my husband know that when the door is shut, I'm meditating, and they respect that space. I don't take phone calls. It's my time, it's a priority. But it is something that you will find, especially if you're an over-giving female, that actually taking time out for yourself might be quite foreign when you first of all start on a meditation practice. So be aware of that one. Another one that I get often is I can't meditate. And this is quite funny because, you know, often I'll meditate and I'll think, oh, okay. At the beginning especially, I'd think, oh, that was a really bad meditation. When people say that to me, they'll say, oh, I just can't meditate. And it reminds me of the scene in Eat, Pray, Love, where she goes into this ashram and everyone's sitting there meditating. She sits down to meditate, opens her eye, and, you know, it's only been 5 minutes since she sat down, and all she could think about when she's meditating is her grocery list. Now, I want to say to you that there are times that I meditate that all I think about are things that I have to do. But I feel like it's a great time to get really conscious around our thoughts. So the meditation practice is all about noticing our thoughts, not becoming attached to them. So just seeing them as they enter into our mind and just kind of going, hello thought, that's an interesting thought, and just letting it slide across our mind. Now there are some thoughts that are going to come across when you're meditating that you're going to find will take you on a little journey. But when you just come back into your breath, you're going to master the ability just to come back into your center. And that's what meditation really does. A daily practice of meditation will give you an opportunity to come back into your center and to feel centered no matter what is going on in your life. So I really recommend that you start out with 5 minutes a day, and that you start it as soon as you enter the day. So you get up, go to the toilet, have a drink of water, find a place that you practice once a day in the same place if possible. If it's in your room, preferably not on your bed, sitting up in a chair, a straight back chair is really good, or sitting cross-legged, whatever is comfortable for you, but not making it difficult. So it has to be, if your spine is straight, that's the best way to do it. You don't want to be lying down on your bed because you'll find that you'll just go to sleep. So you want to do it as soon as possible in the beginning of the day, because that is the time when the day is set up. And if we go onto our phones or we start engaging in Facebook or whatever we start doing at the beginning of the day, we can get drawn into the energy of the day without actually finding our center. So this is a really good way to find our center. If you really want to enjoy the benefits of meditation, doing it in the morning and before you go to bed is incredible. And if you have troubles with sleeping, meditating before you go to sleep, it sounds weird, but it actually really helps people with their sleep. And I've had lots of clients who find that they sleep so much better if they do that meditation practice. So the ego will give you lots of reasons why you can't do this. It will tell you it's difficult. It will tell you that you are bad at meditating, that you don't know what you're doing. I'm going to suggest that you stick with a meditation practice for at least 30 days. So you stick with a single meditation practice. There are so many meditation practices to choose from, and the ego mind will enjoy trying to create lots of drama around, oh, if I try this meditation practice, maybe it'll be better, so I'm going to do a sounding meditation today, or I'm going to listen to this meditation, or I'm going to do a chanting meditation. But it's all about disciplining your mind as well. If you think of the mind like a little 2-year-old toddler, it's a muscle, and we need to strengthen it, and we need to encourage discipline in the mind. So it's disciplining the thoughts through our breath and through a daily practice. So like any muscle, when you go to the gym, first of all, it hurts a little bit, and you may find that you do go to sleep when you first of all meditate. I used to go to sleep all the time when I was learning transcendental meditation. It was really embarrassing because I'd be just about snoring in the chair. But, you know, it's all good. It's often your body is really, really tired, because the thing is that thoughts make our mind so incredibly tired. So I'm going to start a meditation now. I'm going to turn the camera around so you don't have to look at my face. And we're going to do a 10-minute meditation. I'm going to be guiding you just to come back to the breath and give you a few simple tools so that you can start your meditation practice. And this is a really lovely thing to share with your children. If we can get more people meditating, we're going to have more people that are coming from their heart, less people who are reacting to life, and who are more centered and calm. So that's what we want. So I'm going to turn you around, and here we go. Oh, here's the house. Just going to find something nice for you to focus on, maybe a tree. I'm going to go and sit down, and you can just get yourself comfortable. So if you sit in a straight back chair with your feet on the ground, that's the best way to do it. So just get comfortable, turn off your phone. This is your time, it's the time for you, and this is the time that you are allowed to actually relax. So if you keep your feet planted on the floor, your legs are uncrossed, hands turned upwards, just resting on your knees. Your spine is straight, and just becoming aware of the breath. So not trying to control the breath, just becoming aware of the breath. Just noticing the breath. Just being conscious of the breath in the nostrils. How the breath is moving through your body. Where it's going. The quality of the breath. Is it deep and long? Is it short and shallow? Just observing. Feeling the natural rhythm of the breath in your body now. And then again, just deepening your breath so that it's audible, so you can hear it as you breathe in and as you breathe out. And maintaining this cycle of breathing that's audible, breathing in, full breath out, making the exhalation longer than the inhalation, becoming conscious of this breath. And as your mind wanders, just bringing it back to the sound of the breath, bringing it back to the sensation of the breath. If you feel your mind wandering, just closing the gap between the in and the out breath. So there's no pause between the breaths. full inhalation, full exhalation. Just coming back to the breath. Sensation through the nose. Allowing the thoughts to flow across your mind. As thoughts arise, just seeing them like pieces of silk crossing the screen of your mind. Notice them, acknowledge them, and just let them go. This is your time. This is your time to be. You're worthy of having this time. Maintaining the rhythm of the breath. Keeping the spine nice and straight. Making the breath stronger and more audible if you're feeling yourself drift. Full breath in, a full breath out. Noticing how the ego makes you feel like it's bored, or that you're doing it wrong, or it's a waste of time. Just coming back to